the speedrun.com page for it because no one else was, like, putting up to do it. I mostly just wanted a place to put the runs. Like, but no one who actually had done a run wanted to make the board, weirdly enough. Like, that problem is so rare. There we go. Fucking simple. Like, normally, when a new game comes out, there's a scramble to make the fucking board. Whereas in Violet Detector, nobody wanted to do it. So I had to do it. I don't know. Ask me later. In reference to whether or not I'm going to do X game. Here is the general answer to the question of, am I going to do this game? I don't know. I kind of just do this as I feel like it. For all any of you guys know, I might just drop all this shit completely and start playing Dino Crisis 2. Because I do have a copy of Dino Crisis 2 now. How did I like PE? I thought it was very good, and I would recommend it, but I also think it has a bunch of pointless stupid shit in it. Missed it. Like, the combat in Parasite Eve is a lot of fun to play around with. It's the star of the show. And I feel like that has potential to be iterated on massively. But the game has, it's kind of brief, which is okay. I don't mind that. But it's kind of brief. The plot is a lot dumber than I thought it was going to be. Like, I've heard people praise that game's writing, and I just don't agree. I think the writing is kind of stupid. I like the characters. Like, Aya's a good protagonist. Daniel is quite fun as, like, a supporting character. But the actual, like, main plot of Parasite Eve is very expository heavy and profoundly stupid. It's decently localized, but, like, again, it's kind of stupid. It really it labors a lot of time on the pseudoscience shit. I am not going to NG plus for the true ending, no. I've been asked that, like, literally 12 times, no. God, no. I did try and play Parasite Eve New Game Plus. During a stream I didn't do. A day I did not stream because I was ill. It was the previous day. I had a cold. And Parasite Eve is just not a game I want to replay anytime soon. And if I did want to replay it, I wouldn't do it on New Game Plus. The combat is the star of the show of Parasite Eve, but New Game Plus renders it mostly trivial for, like, hours. And that makes it kind of fucking boring. And Parasite Eve also commits an incredible sin of having unskippable cutscenes, which I cannot fucking believe it does that. That's so stupid. So you have to mash through a bunch of lengthy, stupid fucking dialogue of pseudoscience-y shit. And then you have to watch the like, they're good FMVs. Like, I enjoyed the cutscenes the first time around. The characters have interesting exchanges when they're not, like, babbling horse shit. The FMVs actually are still pretty good, even to this day. But on a New Game Plus, a replay, I don't fucking care. I've seen it. Let me skip it. The fact that you can't do that is insane to me. That, like, tanked the shit out of the replay value when I figured that out. That's so dumb. Yeah, New Game Plus is a real hard bonus dungeon, and I have no intention of going through the 77 floors of that shit. It's just, like, grinding for numbers, and, like, grinding for junk to make ultimate gear, and then grinding the dungeons to get things, and then grindy, grindy, grindy. It's mindless number raising. Which, like, there's a certain part of my brain that probably would find that entertaining if I had time to just mindlessly plow through it, but I don't, so I'm not going to. Yeah, there's at least, like, 3 really weird dick moves in Parasite Eve for no reason. The first one that I did not fall victim to, but is still a really dumb dick move, is the bit on the rooftop of the hospital where there's just a fucking jet about to crash in, and if you don't, like, figure that you're supposed to run to this random corner of the building to jump on, like, a lift, you just die instantly. And you have to redo the entire boss fight again. And it's like, what's the point of that? Parasite Eve does that twice, and both times I feel like whoever came up with that need to be slapped. Like, what is that game design? What's the point? Who the fuck does that? That's like fan game tier shit. Fuck off. That's horrible game design. Delete. And then the final boss pulls the same shit after... That one did fucking hit me, and I was incredibly pissed off about it. Because the final boss fight is really cool. It's this, like, very genuinely epic feeling multi-stage confrontation where it's like, holy shit, fucking die. And then your big boy Daniel comes in for the finale, and it's fucking cool. And then it, for some reason, just has this weird extraneous finale bit where you're running through, like, a small maze that you don't know, because you're not given any time to advance what you're doing, with a fucking bait placed at the very start to get you into killing yourself. And if you fuck it up, and you will, the first time you play it, you have to start the whole thing again. From the beginning of the boss fight, with all of the unskippable cutscenes and dialogue attached to it, which is horrifically stupid game design and sucked all of the momentum out of the finale. Like, what should have been a strong, memorable conclusion to that game has turned into, fuck you, get out of my house. Why? Like, just why? I've never seen a game, like, intentionally fuck its own finale up that hard. I'm still mad about it. It's so pointless. It's such a waste. I hit the same frame again. Ha ha! Oh, you don't pick that up on this category. What the fuck am I doing? I'm gonna fuck up a few runs here because I'm still working on normal mode muscle memory. You know, I've hit the same frame. I've hit the same frame 3 runs in a row now. I'm a fucking god. Ugh. Yeah, so, like, the Dragon Quest movie, which, if you want to know, and if you don't want to know, like, I don't know, like, bang pots on your head for the next few seconds, I guess. But, the Dragon Quest movie, takes a meta turn at a certain point where it's revealed that, like, everything's actually in virtual reality, and it's actually about, like, some person, that's you, like, it's you're the person. But it's actually, like, not real, but it takes place in, like, a meta version of the real world. But it's, like, virtual and stuff, and, like, it comes across like the directors just wanted to sniff their own farts. I don't know why you don't just animate Dragon Quest. Like, people like Dragon Quest because it's Dragon Quest. They don't need some, like, arty bullshit. Just give them fucking Dragon Quest. Pulled a star. Yeah, this kind of did, actually. There's a comparison that has quite a narrow strike range, but yes, they did pull a Star Ocean 3. Fucking Star Ocean, dude. If there's ever a series that continually buries its own lead it would be fucking Star Ocean. Like, hey, our series is set in the future, and we have unimaginable future technology. And we set our JRPG in the future. By the way, you're going to spend 90% of the game on a backwards planet with medieval level technology. Have fun. Nani sore. Oh yeah, auto-aim's a thing in this category for some fucking reason. Hey, Sir Sam. Learn Fatal Frame 2. Meme it up. Fucking do it. Okay, so like word, I'm getting a Japanese copy of Fatal Frame 2 shipped to me in the mail because I got pissed off that my PAL copy didn't work, and I do want to own a physical copy of that game for some reason. I don't know why. I insist on this. What I'm saying is that if you learn it, I'll learn it. Tox. Just meme it up big. Do this Fatal Frame shit. Auto-aim is a thing! I need to remember that auto-aim is actually a thing in this category. I hate that. Another game you want to learn first? Pray tell, what is it? Why is it 1 over now? That's weird. That's not normally like that. Oh, no, of course it isn't. It's because I picked up the bullets like a dumbass. There's a reason that's not normally like that. There's a lot of speed games I mean to learn at any given time that I never do because I have brain problems and spend all my time playing this game instead. Ah, Liar Princess and the Blind. I've heard of Liar Princess. I know of this video game. It was on the front page of Video Gaming Monthly, the magazine that all video gamers subscribe to. A totally real thing. Any self-respecting video gamer reads it. Yo. Jesus Christ. Just whiff 2 shots clean. Subscribe to Speedrunners Weekly. I'm quite suspicious of my timer right now. Hmm. 90% time's really not that good, is it? Because, like, that only slightly lost time, and that was kind of a shit show. Man, this run has pace still. That's fucked up. Yeah, nice instant pause. Hi, P. You are sucks, man. Dude, South Park The Stick of Truth is such a sad speed game nowadays. Like, it had skips patched out, and that pretty much just universally killed the scene. It was a sad story. This was back before anyone knew how to downpatch games on Steam. Like, apparently you can do that now. But also, your dad not knowing that a video game is not the show is kind of funny, but also, like, kind of points to how, like, that game really captures the concept. Like, it captures the aesthetic of the show really well. It looks like the show. It's, like, almost scary how much it looks like the show. I like the Stick of Truth. It's a good video game. I didn't get along with Fractured Butthole as well. I like the combat of Fractured Butthole purely because there was more going on in it, whereas like Stick of Truth is really easy.
Did you find the lady you're looking for?
But I found Fractured Butthole more long-winded and also definitely not funny. I mean, like, Stick of Truth has its moments of just being not funny. It labors the fucking zombie Nazi thing for an insanely long amount of time, and I have no idea why. That gag is not funny, but it occupies the entire back third of the game. Fractured Butthole is not awful. Like, it's good. If you liked Stick of Truth, I think it is worth playing Fractured Butthole. Just to kind of, like, see what they do with it. There's some good moments in there. The combat's actually, like, quite entertaining. You can fight a secret boss, who is also Morgan Freeman. That's kind of a spoiler, but I don't fucking care. It's a good thing. He's also, like, actually challenging. I couldn't beat him. I tried. Mostly because my party layout was shit. Yeah, you can actually choose the power setup of, you know, the kid. The new kid. You are the new kid. Only you're not so new this time. Nevertheless, you can do it, which offers you, like, a decent degree of customization, although some classes and their powers are significantly better than others. I'm gonna not tell you which ones are, like, the really fuck-off good ones. Because, you know, like, play the game, you know? Like, let's actually let you enjoy the... If I tell you what's good straight away, you'll have no fun with it. That was excessive. Night Cola. Fuck, I got stuck on the fucking corn. Get bumped, Maria. You can't tell me what to do. I'll have a better boss fight when I feel like it. Also, this is a different category now. Meaning the boss fights don't function even remotely the same. I've kind of forgotten how they function on this difficulty, actually, but that probably doesn't matter. Nice input drop, my favorite. Both of the South Park games kind of have this thing where they get stuck on like a really unfunny joke for a really long period of time. Which is always a bit mystifying. That those games suffer from that issue so universally. I think it's a trait of just South Park writing in general, that, like, not all the jokes land, but the one joke that really does not land is the one they spend, like, by far the most time on. Lol. Yeah, my 80% time really wasn't up to much, was it? I really did just kind of one and done this category. It kind of is just describing South Park a bit, huh? I almost went for the health pack. I really gotta... I gotta beat that normal muscle memory out of my fucking brain. Still, like, I kind of appreciate South Park's existence as a game, because it's not terrible, and also it's, like, one of the few examples of a comedy game. It's very rare that a game actually, like, tries to be funny as a main tenet of its design. And, like, not all the jokes land. In fact, some of them appallingly do not land. But some of them do land. It's like, at least it's trying. At least, like, someone's giving it a go. And I respect South Park for that, because very few games actually attempt to be funny. It's kind of sad that, like, we need a licensed game to bring that into our industry, but nevertheless, South Park brought it. Ha! We gave it up! Now we want it back. Yes, that's one of the things that kind of went with the death of the adventure game in Western circles, huh? Comedy kind of went with it. Absolutely, quite right. Quite right. He says, very British-like. But yeah, no, that was, like, hella a thing. Like, you have your Space Quest. Thank you for playing Space Quest 4! As usual, you've been a real pantload! Etc, etc. You know how this goes. Those games are funny. Or at least they're trying. Although Sierra games are often quite, like, mean-spirited in their humour. It's a running theme in those ones. So Monkey Island has a whole gameplay mechanic based around, like, being witty. Because it's got the sword fighting. It's insult fighting. That's like literally a thing where comedy is the basis of gameplay. That's rare. In practice, it's kind of just repetition, but nevertheless, it's an attempt at an actually comedic game system. Where giving a witty response is the objective. It needs refining, but like no one tries shit like that anymore. Or at least if they do, I don't know that I don't see it. Like the declining relevance of the adventure game's a bit sad, honestly. I think this is one of the reasons why Japanese games still like kind of exhibit a lot of genre diversity. Because the roots of Japanese adventure gaming, Japanese PC adventure gaming specifically, still echo strongly throughout a lot of their productions. Like, this is why you see a lot of, like, ooh, this Japan game is so weird, but in reality it's very often drawing on a strong lineage of Japanese adventure games. Like, Deadly Premonition is the one that always comes to mind for me, because people think, like, whoa, that game is so strange. It's like open world horror game, and it's like, but I'm just thinking it's an adventure game. Like, it comes from that lineage. It comes from the Twilight Syndrome-y, Mazurna Falls-y genealogy of video game design, which kind of passes a lot of Westerners by, because those are both Japanese games. And that I think is one of the reasons why genre diversity remains quite strong in Japanese AAA output, even AA output. Whereas the adventure games kind of never really got out of the point-and-click mold. And then they kind of just sort of collectively died off. Like, they don't have to be point-and-click to be adventure games. I mean, they're kind of surviving a little bit, but they're it's a little hee-haw here and there. Like, Life is Strange is a game I would consider to be in that genre. Not everyone agrees with that take. They did become the Telltale formula, which became the formula and then died again. Then you have Until Dawn, which picked up the slack, I think. And Until Dawn is a game that does a lot of things that I think is very interesting, which is why I'm going to play Man of Medan tomorrow, because I like their creative output. I think they do good interactive movie-style games. So we usually say, like, interactive movie as an insult. It's like, oh, this game isn't a game, it's a movie. Whereas, like, I feel like the Supermassive Games guys who did Until Dawn and Man of Medan were like, interactive movie. There's an idea. And then they actually made, like, an interactive movie. Rather than just a game with no gameplay. I like that. I think Until Dawn is good. And I hope Man of Medan is also good. I've been hearing good things about it. So I have no reason to suspect it is not. I hear Man of Medan is significantly shorter, which I guess is to be expected, given it's also about, like, half the price. But Until Dawn had, like, a really bafflingly comprehensive, like, had a really bafflingly comprehensive, like, web of decisions that affect things in very minor ways that are still quite logical. There are some, like, fucking strange, standout, like, weird choices in that, and stuff that's just basically impossible to predict, but, like, predicting things is not really the point. Like, one of my favorite little things that happens in Until Dawn is right at the end. If Emily and Ashley both make it to the end, there's a little bit where if Emily has been bitten by one of the creatures, if she has been bitten, which does not happen if she keeps the flare gun from, like, chapter fucking 4, if she still has that, it doesn't happen. If she gets bitten, there's a little confrontation where Ashley, like, is like, oh, she's been bitten, she's infected. This comes purely out of her, like, imagination, seemingly. But later she finds out that Ashley is wrong as fuck, and the bites are actually not infectious in any way, shape, or form. I don't know why James chose to stop there. This game is dumb. If you confess to Emily as Ashley that you were wrong as fuck and apologize, Emily will hold it against her at the end of the game and try and get her killed. Because when they're in the final confrontation, everyone's slowly backing out of the lodge, there's a hierarchy for who leaves the lodge first. Chris is at the top, incidentally. And then it goes Ashley, Emily, Mike, and I'm forgetting someone in this hierarchy, I think. Sam doesn't count, because Sam is by default the last person out. I think that's everyone? Am I missing someone in that calculation? Chris. It goes Chris, Ashley, Emily, Mike. And Sam is always the last person out because, yeah. But if Ashley has confessed to Emily that she has fucked up and nearly got Emily killed for no reason, Emily will jump the queue by pushing Ashley out of the way. Which necessitates you distracting the monsters again with Sam to do, like, another little quick time fucking go around the circuit. Which is, like, a wild dependency.
I disagree.
Yo, Emgo, thank you very much for the 5 gift subs. Nylonco, Mireia, Wilder Wolfman, SSB Spirit, and Sparefrag, enjoy your subs.
Disagree.
Welcome to the mother suckers. Until Dawn is great. I love Until Dawn. I really like the web of choices. I also like the trick it pulls. I'm not going to spoil it. I'd spoil the shit out of the ending there, but it pulls a cute trick about halfway through the game that I thought was very effective and quite entertaining.
I disagree.
Man, my run of this is not shit. I should be losing way more time for the mistakes I'm making. Well, Until Dawn's player choice is, like, kind of a trick. That's the trick, right? Is that, like, your choices matter, but only from about, like, the halfway point of the game. A lot of things before that really don't matter at all. They look like they do, but they don't. That's the mix-up. But then when they do matter, you can absolutely get people killed. There are some choices early on that actually do matter quite a lot, but they're really hard to predict, and they're quite sporadic. Whereas when you start to, like, get later into the game, more and more of your choices have very important impacts about who lives and who doesn't. I don't think I flunked a single, like, don't move section for the entire game. I just got people killed because I made stupid decisions. I got Ashley killed on purpose. I remember that. I did that 100% on purpose. Nice auto-aim. Why does a pipe auto-aim? What the fuck is your fucking problem, game? So, if you didn't catch the Until Dawn stream, like, it's up on my channel. Like, on my YouTube channel, in its complete form. But, I got... Chris died automatically. I got Ashley killed as a revenge for that, because I thought it was completely unnecessary. Emily fucking survived. Sam lived... Mike did not. Because I accidentally exploded him a bit. Yeah, Ashley did the thing where she locks Chris out, and I thought it was, like, kind of horribly mean-spirited, so I got Ashley killed on purpose as penance. Matt survived, Jessica did not. I got Jessica to the end chapter. But I did not get her out of the end chapter. Still a murderer. She still knowingly and deliberately got someone killed. So I got her killed as penance for that. Because I did not like that decision that she made. Chris did not deserve that. Chris was nice. Chris was like a bit of a fuckboy, but as far as fuckboys go, he's a relatively nice fuckboy. Good night, Angel. Chris is a bit of a dingus, but I think, like, didn't deserve to be killed by being locked out. Aerith, thank you very much for the 8 months. There's a difference in scenario there that always got me with that, like, that exchange that happens between the two of them. Is that Chris, the only way to get this killed is for Chris to attempt to shoot Ashley during a scene where they're both, like, having buzzsaws held against their faces, and Chris is explicitly told to shoot someone, or just allow both of them to die. In that, like, panic-inducing scenario, people make fucking whatever choices. Like, that's a stressful situation. I would kind of not expect someone to ever choose anyone other than themselves in that scenario, honestly. But then again, I don't know, I'm like that, I suppose, I guess. Don't put me in a death trap, I will absolutely choose myself. And as penance for that, when there's an actual, definitely real, like, not, like, Ashley has all the time in the world to think through this decision she's about to make, she watches him die. She stares at him coldly through the door while he's panically banging on it, asking her to let him in. Going like, hey, like, what the fuck are you doing? Let me in. Like, he's like, seriously confused as to why she is doing this. And she watches while he gets his head ripped off. It's fucking awful. It's terrible. Like, it is remarkably cold. Stone cold. It's extra as fuck is what it is. And for that, I was like, she ain't fucking surviving the game. That's mad fucked up. Nobody in Until Dawn is really a great person. Like, that's kind of one of the things about that game that's the most fun, is that everyone's kind of a dick. I'm a big fan of the group dynamic of, like, group of friends who, like, secretly all hate each other. It's very true to life. Eh. Kind of a weak start. Sam tries. Sam is probably the least terrible. But even, like, she kind of has her moments. Sam does her best. I find it weird that the game draws the distinction between whether or not Josh is alive or not at the end, because Josh doesn't really survive the game no matter what you do. Like, in one ending, he definitely dies, but in the other, he kind of still dies, but just in a more abstract way. He doesn't really... I mean, he's a fun, like, character. I just find it kind of weird that the game, like, draws the distinction between whether or not he's alive or dead at the end. Because it really don't matter. I am playing with controller, yes. Controller is fest. Some people run this game on a keyboard. I am not one of them. Maybe she's just really good at putting bath towels on, dude. Dude, some women I know are like masters of that shit. I don't know how they do it. I can't get a towel to stay on me anymore if I'm not, like, constantly supporting it, but some women I know can just fucking tuck that shit in, like, crazy hard. And it, like, clings to them. And it's always attached, like, it's clothing, and it's like, that's just magic to me. Or people who can, like, do it around their fucking hair. I can't do that shit. Where they got, like, the fucking, the towel cone on their fucking hair. It's like, I can't do that shit. How the fuck do you do that shit? It's a mystic ability, I swear. It's a level 30 wizard thing. It's 10 years too early for me to try that technique. Whee! Just about. Whoops. Let me just attempt to spin way too early. The hands just do the thing and make the Tau happen. See? Mystic power. That's what I've been saying. It's an ancient technique. Oh, dude, fuck. Oh, dude, fuck. Camera. Dude, come on. What is the fucking hell is wrong with this game's hitboxes sometimes, man? I'm telling you, it's a hidden technique. That's the real gender divide. That men don't know how to do that. They don't know Tau techniques. Tau techniques are an unknown. I always clicked one too many there every time. Year 7 in Hogwarts. How to make a towel cone for your hair. It's real ass magic. None of this flipendo shit. That's where the real magic is at.
I disagree.
Canada guy, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime. Towel Quando. I'm surprised that hit, honestly, but I'll take it. It took me a while to understand what the fuck you were talking about there, Pete. You are Canada guy. I think there may be more people living in Canada, though, like, just a hunch. Sus. Yes, very sus. Oh, don't auto-aim, for fuck's sake. Don't say that sort of thing, Canada guy, because I'll believe it. Don't auto-aim, fucking hell. Canada isn't real? There are some high-tier posts coming out today. Oh, dude, it's a funny thing, that hallway is actually harder on beginner because it's, like, slower. No, you don't. Fuck, get through the door, dumbass. It's weird seeing me with more hair. Hair grows, funnily enough, on a linear timescale. Oh, that's just one press on this category, huh? Towel discourse and Canada conspiracy. Canada, it's real. It's the Canadians that aren't real. Okay, I see. Changing the shotgun strats. Different category. Different category. Different category. Different category. Different category. Different category. Different category.
I disagree.
Mary?
P.
What do you want, James?
Thank you for gifting us up to P's computers.
Brought you some flowers.
Flowers? Wanting to
Look
damn
at the
flowers.
title of the splits. It says the category in it.
What are you saying?
Out there.
Disgusting. I don't deserve flowers.
I could have put it in the title, I guess, that I did actually get my sub 41 in normal mode, and now I'm just doing any percent because my time in any percent's actually not particularly good. I just kind of one and done it with the RNG manip and was like, lol, bye. And now I have nefarious trolls challenging my top spot. And by nefarious trolls, I mean other runners. And that's an open and shut case. See ya.